Hot takes burning, keep it blazing. Opinions flaming, heart racing. In the kitchen where the thoughts boil, truth serving, facts wrapped in foil. Echoes bounce off hollow logs, crowd nods as the truth falls. Wildfires of the mind sparks, cold showers quench, hidden in the dark. Hot takes sizzling, logic be chilling. Pour it up, realness distilling. Spit fire, cool water facts. Mix it up, alchemical reacts. Blabber, jabber, words waver. In the ether minds they enslave her. Towards the nonsense, frostbite rescue. Freezing insight, but it tastes true. Think twice, break the habit. Cool slate, carve with the tablet. Everyone's a critic, fuel with the compass. Navigate the hype, solid like campus. Hot takes sizzling, logic be chilling. Pour it up, realness distilling. Spit fire, cool water facts. Mix it up, alchemical reacts. Twice, break the habit. Cool slate, carve with the tablet. Everyone's a critic, fuel with the compass. Navigate the hype, solid like campus. Hot takes sizzling, logic be chilling. Pour it up, realness distilling. Spit fire, cool water facts. Mix it up, alchemical reacts.
What's going on, everybody? We are back.
Hey.
And I brought more people with me. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing today?
Good, man. It's good. It's a good Monday off, dude.
Yeah. Oh, really? You got Monday off. All right. New to the channel, new to the show. Not to the channel, new to the show. Chaotic BPR. Why don't you introduce yourself real quick?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Chaotic BPR, and I am part of the home arcade community. As you can see, I got home arcades behind me, arcade 1-ups, as well as the 4K pinball. My channel is Chaotic BPR, if you don't already know. And, man, I do a show on, I guess, I'm hanging out with y'all tonight. I got a show Wednesday with Arcades Anonymous with you guys. And I got my own show with my co-host, Half a Dozen. That does Yo Retro on Sundays. So,
yeah, I was listening to Yo Retro on the way home today, so I was catching up on that because I had to get up at 2 a.m. So you guys kept me on the way back and forth to work. I was listening to you guys.
It's one of our best shows too.
Yeah,
it was a good show.
It was good stuff, man. Good stuff. Yeah. All right, and then we also have Mr. Cooper. How you doing today, Mr. Cooper?
Doing great. Looking forward to this week, although I'm missing last week because I was off last week. So getting back to the grind of work, it's never fun, especially the first day back when you're trying to get everything caught back up. So having fun, looking forward to this show and what we got going on the rest of the week.
Awesome. Did you do anything cool this weekend?
This weekend?
This week?
Yeah. I did a lot of just getting stuff done around the arcade. Honestly, whenever I had a chance, I decased all my PCB boards, got that stuff all done. I'm doing some modifications to my some of my arcades here, putting those cool toppers on there and stuff. So you guys will see that in the upcoming video. And then hanging out with the family. We went to a baby shower. Those are always fun. Chilled.
Oh, yeah.
That
they're
kind
always
of stuff.
a blast.
Yeah. So that was a good time. And besides that, we just chilled. Like I'm a staycation type of guy. Like I'm like, I like to chill. Life's too busy to be out doing stuff. That's just me.
Yeah. I see Thermo. We got a new person in the chat, Thermo Nuke. Yeah, if you didn't know, we're part of a arcade kind of club or group, or I don't know. We call ourselves Arcades Anonymous, and we all have these home arcade stuff to relive our childhood in our basements and our bedrooms, and our boiler rooms. Whatever we can shove these things, we love putting them there and getting that atmosphere back that we had as children. So, yeah. So if you're interested in those things, you're in the right place because that's what we do here. But we also talk about video games, and this is a more general video game stuff. So we'll talk about consoles and AI and food and whatever else we find our fancy. Chaotic, did you do anything this holiday week? Did you? I seen you bought a bunch of fireworks. Nobody got hurt. I hope. I hope it was a blast.
I got hurt. So I spent way more money than I meant to on fireworks. Shot them off all myself and everything. So I got to entertain my mom and my kids and the wife and everything. Wife helped out a little bit, but girls got to play with a bunch of sparklers and stuff like that while I shot off the big ones. But it felt funner to do it ourselves and go around and be like around a big public seating with a bunch of other people, random strangers and stuff. And it was a lot of fun, man. But we did that, and then we all just bundled up, watched movies all weekend, and we played some in the arcade room and everything too. So
that's awesome.
I had a good weekend.
Yeah, I think we did the same. I didn't have to go buy fireworks. My whole neighborhood was putting on a show. They put on a better show than going to fireworks. So I was just outside watching my whole neighborhood just light it up. So I was like, man, these are pretty good ones. So I didn't have to go anywhere. And as you get older, I don't think large crowds are my thing anymore. I think large crowds are fine. It's just like getting in and getting out is the pain. Sitting in your car trying to leave, that is. And I know Mr. Cooper with little kids, that is the worst.
Yeah, after that baby shower, my wife's like, oh, we can go to an arcade. And I'm like, then we have to get the kids in the car, and then we have to get the kids out of the car, and then we have to put them back in the car. And I'm like, nah, I'm not going to do that. That's just too much of a hassle. I was like, I can go home. I got my arcade at home. I'm good.
Right. So we had family over. We threw a party. I think Thanksgiving. Yeah. I don't even know what day it is. On Thursday. What was
Thursday
July
was the
4th?
4th.
Thursday was the
Thursday.
4th.
Yep.
Yep. So we did. Yeah, it was actually July 4th. We did earlier in the day. We did a cookout. I cooked burgers. Bunch of burgers. We had a bunch of people from some family, friends from church, and we all invited them over. And my brother and his kids, he's got 5 kids, and they came over, and the arcade was filled. It was kind of cool because some people wanted to go outside, like the ladies wanted to go outside with the little kids, and my wife bought a little pool, so they got to do that. And then I have a basketball hoop and stuff in my driveway. I grabbed the ball and I sat there and waited. I bounced the ball, and it took about 3 bounces, and the guys started coming out. It didn't take long. And then people were, the nerdier kids were downstairs in the arcade, and then we kind of swapped, and we all went down, and we played some Street Fighter, I think X-Men versus Street Fighter, and Blitz. Blitz was a hit, man. I'm telling you. I never did more than 2 people playing Blitz. We did 3. 3 is probably the limit on that Blitz machine.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So we had 2, me and a new guy and my son-in-law, and man, that was fun. Like, we were both like, we gotta tackle. So we were like both rushing and stuff like that. And it gives you like, you take turns on who controls the offense and defense.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of cool. I've never done that before, so that was a blast, man. I've been playing a lot more Blitz. I mean, that is like, you get somebody over and you play, and even if they don't know how to play football and stuff, that just, you can jump right into that, and you figure it out pretty quickly. So yeah, we had a blast doing that, and I spent way too much time trying to get the racer going. I think I got Mario Kart GP running, the arcade version, because it has Pac-Man in it.
Nice.
It's the only version of Mario Kart that has Pac-Man in it. And then also Fast and the Furious Supercars. That is a really good version that you can run in your PC. So yeah, so that's what I did. This week is a hectic week for me. I got overtime again, so it's like every other week I'm doing overtime. So I'm trying to stay awake for you guys. I appreciate you guys helping me with this. I appreciate everybody who's in the chat and people who watch it. We had a lot of people last week, and it was just really cool. It's picking up. Like Chaotic said, we are part of Arcades Anonymous, and this is kind of just the offshoot of it. We're not leaving. I mean, I think we're expanding. Everything we're doing is expanding. I don't know, Chaotic, your Yo Retro is taking off. That's blowing up. I love watching that. And I know
yeah.
Mr. Cooper, he was doing some new stuff. I know he gets on everybody's show, but he had that interview last week with that
Yeah.
filmmaker for that arcade thing. That went really good. I mean, you had a little mic issue, ain't gonna lie, but
Yeah. That situation hopefully has rectified itself. So there was a little bit of issues with the mics. So, but we're hoping, maybe doing something like that every once in a while. Interviewing someone that's a little bit different. Involving them in the community, but still kind of applies. So, that's definitely something that I want to try and do more of for sure.
yeah, I think I was surprised the kid was like 21. That's great. I mean, I want to expand this community. I want to add more people. I know companies come and go, but people, we can grow. We can have this hobby still, and we talk about video games and stuff like that. It doesn't depend on one company. So I know people are like disappointed about some offerings by certain companies and stuff like that. I mean, at the end of the day, there's plenty of video games out there we can talk about, plenty of games we can play, and just finding those hidden gems and stuff that we can play together and play online. That's kind of what my goal is through this whole thing, and just have fun with it. I don't know what you guys think, but that's kind of my goal, and kind of expand it and just have some fun. Yeah, we got Jason Little Alien. Man, he is awesome to talk to in person. Hear his voice. He's been a mystery for so long, but to hear him and stuff and his insight on this stuff is pretty cool. It's a pretty good opportunity that you only get in Discord. And thank you, Chaotic, for putting that in there at our home base for Arcades Anonymous. If you want to know what we're talking about, what we're all about, check us out. We like to hang out there. All right, guys. I do got some topics. I apologize. I haven't been able to plan this show as much as I wanted to, but you know what? We're gonna go forward. I got some ideas. Topics today. I got AI cannot open up a fridge. All right. We got our hot take this week, and I think Mr. Cooper's gonna spit some loud and another story about a Zelda sword can land you in prison. What is that all about? So, all right, guys, are we ready for this? Let's do it. Act like we have a transition. I'm working on it. I got one transition done, but act like we did a
jazz
transition.
Fingers.
All right, first
I'll just jazz fingers through it.
Jazz fingers. Everybody jazz fingers. All right. All right, first topic. AI cannot open a fridge. I have been on a creative binge this last week because I had 5 days off, and I've been playing with music and stuff like that. I did make a funny song that I'm eventually gonna release, and I know Chaotic, you were playing with some. I showed you some of that VR on VR or AI music thing, and I there's a topic that is in our community. There's a guy named Michael B, and he's notorious for having the loudest keyboard in the world, and he's part of the Super Game Room dudes, and it bugs one specific member of the Super Game Room dudes the most, and that would be P-Dubs. And so I just put in a prompt that a Michael B's keyboard is annoying P-Dubs, and it came up with some epic music.
Yes.
So I got caught down that rabbit hole, and then I was also doing some stuff for this show. But the one thing I found that there's also text to video. If you guys know about this, there's text to video. So you can type in a text and it will make a video out of it. So that's the next big thing. If you guys can't see it, but there's actually a loop of like a space thing that's rolling right now that was able to do gamer fries. Oh yeah. Check out my son. He's got some gamer fries. If you guys want to learn how to make some gamer fries, yeah, check that out. That's one of our videos. But let me see here if I can share. If I had this ready, but I couldn't. One thing we're called Open Fridge. That's the name of the show, right? But I thought, oh, it should be easy to show have a fridge open a door, right? But the one thing
Yeah.
AI has a problem with is
The word open.
the word open and hands. You know, you can't do hands right for some
Oh.
reason. And the word open, yeah, it will not open a fridge. So let me see if I can find this. All right, I had one. There it is. All right. I know what I'm doing. I do. Let me see here. This just gives you an example. Okay. Let's see here. Let me share that. Can you guys see that? All right.
Yes.
Okay. This is a 1950 fridge being open, revealing a portal to another world. What do you guys think? It almost got it.
Yeah, that's not too
Yeah,
bad.
that's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
It's just it almost, it was so close that I was like,
What website is this?
what?
What website is this?
This is lumalabs.ai. Lumen Labs. So if you guys want to play with that, it has better thing. It's okay. You can do some like abstract things better than like like if you just say like ice or something like that, it'll be able to do that. But yeah, this one is one of the first tries at it. Here's another one: fridge being open, revealing a portal to another world. That one was actually almost there. Except it looks like an oven or a TV. It's like opening a door almost. But the portal to the other world, I thought was done pretty well. I don't know where the candles in the fridge come in. But
Ambiance, man. Creating ambiance in your fridge.
ambiance in your fridge. What do you guys think? What do you think of that one?
I mean, I would, if you showed me that and didn't say it was supposed to be a fridge, I would have never known that's supposed to be a fridge. But it looks cool. It looks cool.
Yeah, that's what do you think, Chaotic?
it's killer, man.
I mean, if I didn't tell you it was supposed to be a fridge, it's just supposed to be like a door opening to another.
No, I thought it was an aquarium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wow, like a little fishy or something like that.
like a giant goldfish bowl.
Yeah. And then I went with cyberpunk animated fridge being open, revealing a portal to another world, and it just showed me a wall. So I have much more examples. I think we sat in our Discord and just trying to come up with different prompts, and it just was not working. So as all the talk about AI and stuff, it still has a way to go. But as you can see, you can do some pretty cool stuff with it. But yeah, it's if anybody can find an AI thing that can do it, I think I'm just gonna have to go and tape my fridge being opened. But
Yeah, it's kind of hard too, because someone would tell you to make something of something you don't understand, and they're like, just make it look like that thing, and you're just like, I don't know how to do this. Like, I probably AI is just trying to figure it out, but it's just like, it seems so simple to us, but for it just doesn't understand it all. It's weird.
So what breaks that? There's other websites you can say that will make like a short video for you, and then it will pull like stock footage of it, and there was one that pulled stock footage of an actual fridge being open, so it knew what to look for. So it wrote a script and everything, but it was using stock footage, and you got to pay for that footage and stuff like that, and it'll make that video for you. So I know there's a way it understands what opening a fridge means. So I just don't think it has limitations how to be trained, and this one lets you do like 6 a day, I think. So and there's other ones that I show off, but if you guys want to play with it, it's called okay, I keep put that in there. I said, Burger Time Babe says she likes the first one. I mean, if it would have just opened that, I know it's got 2 doors. I don't know what's up
Honestly,
with
it doesn't look too bad. I mean, I don't think that one looks bad
Well,
at all.
I see the ones where they have like Will Smith eating in a bathtub of like spaghetti and
Yeah,
stuff.
that-
Yeah.
that was last year, so it's come a long way.
So I'm like, what did they use to do that with?
Yeah, I don't know, but that one's even from last year, so it's come a long way. There's some crazy stuff that you can do with this.
And I know that AI, they always said it has an issue with hands. Like it doesn't quite understand hands.
Yeah,
And there's
hands-
always like,
It's having a
a big
terrible
issue.
time with hands.
yeah, just can't get it.
But yes, so I mean, it's coming along as far as that goes. I mean, it's let's see if I can find another one. I had another one up and it disappeared. Okay, here we go. So this is another try at it. This one was just zooming in the plasma, I guess. Cyberpunk animated fridge being opened to a portal to another.
I could see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's more of a space station thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I could use it for something.
Yeah. I was going to say that could be like a cool intro or something. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it's not like this one was kind of like almost.
Yeah, that's like a pretty good ball.
Cartoon showing a fridge being opened. Showing a video game system that doesn't look like a video game system.
No.
maybe like the Wii U a little bit. Like
yeah, a
that's
little bit, or a
something
book.
that- or a book.
Yeah.
And then here's an open a fridge, show a video game system. This actually having a
What?
person they like reversed. They reversed it. It's like, what?
Oh wow.
It's
Yeah,
having.
it's creepy.
No,
I
it's like,
know. It's weird.
and I was like, how did like somebody bends their arm back? Yeah, so like probably that one be the coolest one to use something out of it. So yeah, they were okay, so it went backed up to 5. I was playing with this and it was only giving me like 3 tries a day. So I had like 5 YouTube or 5 Google accounts open up at once trying to go through tabs trying to figure out how to make this stuff work. So yeah, if you guys want to check that out, if you can get a fridge opening, if you get it work, send it my way, man. But I guess we'll use that one for now. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I just created one too.
Did you?
I just created one.
It gets crazy in there. Yeah, it gives you like 5 tries right now, depending on how busy it is. But yeah,
So-
so I'm gonna be doing some more stuff with AI and trying to spice up the show, doing stingers and stuff like that. I'm gonna have one I did create this week, and we could get to that right now. Was that in my?
Can y'all see this?
Uh,
I just
yeah.
Yeah.
so I just did young white guy playing a Killer Instinct arcade machine.
Wow, that's actually
I
pretty
mean,
good.
Not too bad.
That's not too bad. It's kind of like, okay, I'm not hating on that at all. That's a lot better than I was getting. The hands look halfway decent.
Yeah. I mean, it's his right hand on it, and that's it. Nothing
I know,
else.
but that's better
It's
than
not like he's showing it off to somebody.
yeah. And he's just like
Or he's playing the casino cade. He's like only using one hand. He's just
playing the
that's what it
casino
is.
cade. Yeah, you could get pretty descriptive of it. That was pretty good. I like that one. So yeah, I give you something to play with again, Brian. And
Absolutely, I can make intro videos with this.
yeah, yeah. See, that's the thing. And I am gonna be starting. I'm gonna call it Behind the Fridge. I'm gonna do everything fridge, and it's gonna be like everything I'm doing to produce this show. I find that just doing a show helps with my creativeness because I have a reason to do all this stuff and not just learn it. So if you guys want to know how to do a show like this and do it I'm trying to do it for free-ish. So there's a lot of open source software and stuff that you can use. So be on the look for. I did do a video on how to do virtual camera in the portable version of OBS. So it's a little down the rabbit hole of nerdy stuff. If you start watching OBS tutorials and videos and stuff you can do with OBS, it is quite powerful. But as these guys can tell you, it's pretty complicated for me to figure it all out. But we are live doing a show right now, so I call that a win. I don't know about you guys. I
Yes.
call that a
I
win.
call that a win.
All right.
Absolutely.
So I do have another transition for our next topic. Are you guys ready for this? I'm going to see if this actually works. You guys won't see it, but our audience will. And this will, you take it away, Mr. Cooper, when I point to you, okay?
Okay.
You ready? You ready? Ready?
Truth burns hotter, but the proof chills. Hot takes sizzle, but the cold facts thrill.
All right. So what topic would we like to? Oh, hot takes. Okay. So what my hot take is this week is Nintendo remaking video games for the Switch. Too little, too late. So when it comes to, I love Paper Mario, Thousand Year Door. I love that they redid Metroid Prime for the Switch. There's other games that come out now. I think Advance Wars, but at this point in time, the Switch is, it's almost at the end of its life cycle. So it's like now that we finally get a redone version of these games that we loved, the system that they put it on is about ready to also go away. So it kind of to me seemed kind of like they should have maybe waited a little bit longer or came out with these a little bit sooner, because now it's like, well, Switch 2 is supposedly next year. So my hot take is that the rehashes are awesome, but it's a little bit too late for them. What's your thoughts?
I would say yes, if the Switch 2 isn't backwards compatible. Then I don't think it really hurts it as bad to release them. But let's face it, man, everybody has a Switch.
That's true. That's true.
Everybody who doesn't keep up with the modern systems has a Switch. And even guys in our group who don't have a PlayStation or an Xbox have fell off of that whole train a long time ago. They got a Switch. And so what does it hurt? I mean, the base out there is huge now. So, and like you said, was it that Paper Mario that just came out? That's like $100 game on the GameCube. My son has the original, and I bought that for him for his birthday, and he's absolutely loving that game. So, I think just preserving it. I think at least we're getting a preserved copy. At least it's leaping forward a little bit from Nintendo has a habit of, ditching some of them and then bringing them back when they feel like it. And sometimes even with the Wii U, you were able to buy the old games, but then they didn't transfer over to the Switch. So people lost those, and then they're slowly bringing them back with the online service. So, I mean, I think it's nice to have at least a copy that you can buy right now, especially with when it comes to that Paper Mario. What do you think, Brian?
So, with Nintendo's track record, if you're going to call it like a Switch 2 or a Switch successor, you're going to want to have backwards compatibility. I mean, you did it from the Wii to the Wii U, as well as from the GameCube to the Wii. So if you're going to call it, if it's anything like a Switch and it's like a upgraded version of the Switch, you're going to want to have backwards compatibility. And being that your install base is so huge, it would make sense to be able to do that. But then again, for Nintendo to make the most profit, period, don't make it backwards compatibility. Take that away, force everybody to buy the new games. Like you said, the remakes, the up-reses, the added content and stuff like that. You can do that as well. Going from say like the Wii U to the Switch, you lost all that, so you had to buy all these remakes and HD upgrades and all that kind of stuff. So we won't know until they actually announce it. But if they're going to call it a Switch successor, it needs to have backwards compatibility.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Now, if they don't, I completely agree with Mr. Cooper that it would be too little, too late.
Yeah.
If they're not gonna do that, because that would be kind of a. It's kind of like what when they did come out with the Switch, though. What did they do? They didn't have a big library, so they just started remastering all the Wii U games that got stuck on the Wii U that nobody played, and they gave them all second life. So I have faith that they would do that. But you gotta think too, Nintendo treats their portable systems different than they do their
Oh, yeah.
consoles. And this
Yeah.
is technically a portable. If you really go back to Game Boy, it was Game Boy Advance,
Game
right?
Boy Color and then Game Boy Advance.
Oh, Game Boy Color, which played all the Game Boy
Yeah.
games.
Correct.
Yes.
And then Game Boy Advanced
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
could play the Game Boy games, right?
It could play Game Boy
Yes.
games as well.
Right? And then when we went to Game Boy
Well, there's
SP,
Yeah.
no, when we went to DS,
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
you could play Game Boy Advance games on the first models.
I think
I
you might
believe
have been able to play
Yep,
all
'cause
of
you
them
could-
all on the
you
first
could
model.
play. Yeah, you could play them all of them
Yeah,
on
on the first model.
on the DS because of the bottom until they took that port away. On
Yeah.
the DSi it took the DS up to the DSi.
DSi or DS Lite.
No,
One or the other, yeah.
It was, yeah. I think they.
It
came with
was.
the
I think
Lite.
it was. DS played all of the Game Boy games. DS Lite only played the Game Boy Advance game, and then DSi took Game Boy. I think that's what it
Completely
was.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it took them what 3 or 4, 5 generations. They were backwards compatible for a long time on their portable,
Yeah.
and that didn't nothing but help them because
Yeah.
it's like no brainer buy the new one, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
It was like
And
okay, yeah, I'll keep buying it, and then like here's a bunch of new games, and like you can play all your old ones. Here's a bunch of new ones. It doesn't make any sense to me not to be backwards compatible.
And how many iterations of the DS that there was? They made so much money off of that. I mean, they had like we said DS, and then there's a DS Lite, and then there's a DSi, and then there was like the 3DS, and the 3DS XL, and it's like they had like so many versions of that thing. It was crazy.
Now, what is the 3DS and the DS? Could you play DS games on the
Yes.
3DS?
Yes, you could, but they wouldn't be. No, they could technically. You could make it 3D with the screen thing, but it wasn't really meant
Yeah,
to be
that wasn't-
3D.
So that's
Yeah.
that if they're gonna call it anything Switch, like Brian was saying, then I'm gonna assume that you're gonna be able to be backwards compatible if they're gonna call it 3D. Now, if they change the name completely, all bets are off. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's what they said fourth quarter of 2024, which ends up March 2025 is the fourth quarter of. I don't understand that, but yeah. So next year, I'm gonna think they're gonna announce that. I'm hoping October they announce something. But do you think they'll
Yeah.
announce something before Christmas? What do you guys think?
I think they will announce it, say, like November and have a March release date
That would be nice.
because that's usually when Mario will come out, is around March, or even Zelda will come out around March. Like if they do a new title, and that'll be the perfect time to do that. If you announce it in November and start doing pre-orders in December, once March comes around, then you're actually able to build up that launch library as well.
Yeah. Yeah, if everybody has it and ready to go through Christmas, and then it doesn't hurt their Christmas sales with the DS. I don't know what if they got anything for October. I mean, you see anything else coming? I mean, they did show off Metroid 4. I don't know. Do you think they got anything big coming in?
I think that if they're gonna do something that's not, obviously they can't get the system out in time. That's what it sounds like. They got to do something before the holiday season comes around, because that's usually whenever everyone wants to buy the big thing for their kids or their family members or whatever. So hopefully they'll announce something, because That's the perfect time. I mean, why not? You know, if you have Metroid Prime 4 in your back pocket, I mean, you might as well do it or save it for the new system
Yeah,
because we don't want to do that on the old system.
I'm thinking that's a new system release.
Yeah.
With the Prime 4, I think they'll do what they did with Breath of the Wild. I think they'll do it on
Yeah.
the Switch 1, and then they'll make a Switch 1 version, and I think they'll make a Switch 2 version.
And from what I understand, with the Breath of the Wild, they're indistinguishable as far as quality wise.
Yeah, you did see a lot of frame rate dips with the Wii U version because I had both
Mhm.
before I bought a Switch.
I know that was like
Um,
emulation wise. The Wii U was easy to emulate, and the modders upscaled that thing, and it became
Yeah.
the way to play it was on the
Yeah, because they
emulated.
unlocked it to 60 frames per second and upped the graphics to like 2K graphics, made it
Yeah.
pretty as hell.
And yeah, that was from what I was hearing. That was the way to go. That was the way to play it for the longest time until somebody figured out how to get the Switch going.
Yeah.
What do you think about and just not that I'm just making this up, so it's not like I've heard a rumor or anything. Making a pocket-sized Switch, almost like something like the Amernix size or something like that. The technology, I think they could shrink that sucker down to.
They have made like the Game Boy Micro. They
That's
did
what
do
I'm
that.
thinking. That's the reason why I put
Yeah.
that out there, because think about this: if they because they already made the light, right? If they were to get that thing
Yeah.
smaller, like handheld size, and then come out with a Switch 2. So you because that's kind of what they would do, is do the micro, and then they have a new system, but then they would shrink down the old system. So they're still selling Switch, and if they're compatible, would you be up for something
Yeah.
like that? I mean, something like handheld that you put in your pocket that was an actual Switch. Maybe not have the TV part of it and everything. Obviously, with
I guess-
Amernix shows it off, you can dock these things.
Yeah, I think I'd like it depending on the price. You know, obviously that's a big factor in there in the middle of it. But yeah, sure. I mean, I think it'd be cool. It also too would depend if they announce the Switch 2 or the new Switch, whatever it would be, once that's coming out. So that would kind of, but I can see, especially if you have, you know, kids or you're someone who travels a lot and you don't want to worry about, you know, bringing the whole big Switch with you. You're like, hey, I just want something smaller.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even the Ambernick right now, the SP, it's like that's so much more convenient for me to take, you know, out somewhere than it is to bring a Switch or to bring a Steam Deck. It's just like, oh, I can put this in my pocket and I'm good to go. It just makes it so much easier. I can whip it out whenever I have 10 or 15 minutes. I'm waiting for something and I'm good to go. So that would definitely, I think, be appealing to a lot of people.
Imagine if it was a clamshell
Oh,
like the SP or
Oh.
the Game Boy SP, you know?
now you speak my
With
language.
a clamshell, you can easily put a 5.5 inch screen or a 6-inch screen.
Maybe like the DS clamshell.
Yeah, like the DS clamshell.
Oh.
I would buy something like that,
Dude,
especially at like a $200 or $300 price point.
I'm thinking 150, 175 ish, just because I know what we just paid for those Ambernicks and what they can do, and you know,
Right.
But you know it's Nintendo, so you're gonna get that. They're not gonna give you a power adapter.
No. But imagine if it was a full Switch 2, like powered, you know, you could play all Switch 2 games, all Nintendo Switch games. But imagine being able to be a clamshell, and then you can use Nintendo Online, and they add GameCube games, because the regular Switch right now, their online system, whatever, it can't handle emulation like GameCube very well.
Oh, you haven't heard the rumors.
Oh, I've heard the rumors.
There was a rumor coming out that they were like
putting it on the Switch store, yeah.
yeah,
or the
no,
online
no,
system.
they're a controller's coming in from overseas. That yeah, they were just I was just listening to another podcast about it, and they were like talking about maybe being able to do GameCube. I don't know if it'd be like streaming, like they do with the how they do the N64, the Super Nintendo and stuff like that. Are those streamed or are they downloaded?
They're streamed.
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So maybe streaming on the Switch. You know,
Absolutely.
I've had pretty good luck with some of the streaming. I mean, like Xbox streams just fine for me. I don't know about you guys, but Xbox
Yeah.
streams just fine.
Yeah.
Especially if I don't want to install the stupid thing. If it's like 100, almost like 175 gigs on my hard drive, and all I want to do is like just check out the game, I'll stream it, and
Yeah.
and it works just fine for me. I mean, I can do it on my ROG Ally or something like that. But the
Mhm.
clam, you're speaking my language on those clamshell. I already talked somebody in. I was carrying around to work today, and I was showing people this one guy. He said he's gonna buy one. He's like, once he felt it in his hand, he goes, I thought they were gonna be cheap. And as soon as he felt it, he's like, yeah, I'm buying this. He goes, I can't
Yeah.
believe you can play all these games.
Whenever I showed someone mine, he played it for a while, and then I said, how much do you think it cost? He's like, oh, it's probably what, like $200? And I was like, no, $60. And he was like, I'm ordering one right now. He's like, $60? I'm like, yeah,
It's
dude.
almost a steal. It's like ridiculous how cheap it is. And then you see like these arcade companies and stuff giving us one game, and can barely play a Street Fighter, and you're
Yeah.
like, how? How do you? What did you do? What what did you do wrong?
Yeah.
That somebody could put the thing in a clamshell in a screen with HDMI out, and you can't figure out how to put it on a huge. I mean,
Yeah.
am I wrong, guys?
No.
It doesn't make any sense sometimes. It's like, what are you guys doing? Call up Amernick.
Yeah.
Amernick needs to make all the Amiga guts for an arcade machine, so we can just buy their stuff, because obviously they know what you're doing. I mean,
Yeah.
they got it down, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gross.
Absolutely.
So that was Mr. Cooper's hot take. We kind of went off into other things, but I agree. If, like you said, if they're not going to upgrade, if we're not going to be backwards compatible, I agree with that take. But if they are, I think it's a good step. Anyway, I think it's good that they're making them. Period. I think it's
Yeah.
good that they brought it, because people were charging $100 for that Paper Mario game, and that just means it's wanted. And I mean, like you said, eventually they gave it to us, and I'm all for companies listening for what people want. So, all right, next transition. I don't have one, but we'll act like it. And the last story: a man goes to prison for a Zelda sword. What? All right, Mr. Cooper, you're the one who showed me this. You want to explain what this story is about?
Yes. So
trying to
your
figure out
master
how to-
sword may land you in prison. There was a gentleman who, I don't know if you guys have seen these before. I've seen them. They're little tiny swords that are like kind of like fidget, almost like little fidget devices.
It's a letter opener.
Yeah, like a letter opener. So apparently this gentleman was walking down. This is in the UK, and he's walking down the street using that as a fidget, little device. And the cops had stopped him and said that they considered it a lethal weapon because of the length of the blade, 6 inches. And he's now in prison for 4 months. Yeah. So if you have one of these or anything larger, don't take it out on the street, especially in the UK, because you may end up in a bad situation.
Yeah, this is a little. I don't know how I feel about this. I understand somewhat. I don't care if it's a Zelda sword. If you're walking around fidgety, I don't know. Sometimes legality is of a. Did he have it? The thing is, did he keep it out of the sheath, or was he like?
According to the article, it just said he had it in his hand, and then he tried to explain to them that it's a fidget device and that the blade doesn't even use, like it's just more or less, just one of these fidget things. And they were like, nope, like, sorry, bro, too late. Like,
too late.
like he shouldn't have
Too
showed us this.
late.
They're like, he claimed that the sword was being used as a fidget toy while walking around the town of Nuneaton in England. So he said he was just used as a fidget toy. But it technically still is, if it is sharp. I mean, I don't know if it actually is sharp. If there is a like actual sharpness to this, but I mean, if it is sharp, I mean, technically it is a knife, but it's just funny. It's a master sword. It landed him in prison.
So is it the length that we got him in trouble?
I don't know if they considered a weapon because of the length. I know here in United States, it can't be over a certain amount of inches, depending on where you're living. Otherwise, they do consider it like a lethal weapon because if
you can pierce vital organs.
yeah. So it can only be so long.
Yeah. I mean, you could hurt someone. You could kill him with a pencil. A pencil, guys.
Yes. Have you seen?
What's that?
Joker.
Remember John Wick?
Yeah.
John Wick. A pencil. He killed him. So Galga guy, you're telling me I can't take my katana that I have and walk around with it? And is that what you're saying?
You can just you may not. You can do anything you'd like, Jay. There's just consequences.
Yeah.
So you're saying I can't take my katana out and fidget? It's my fidget spinner.
Yes. I use this for my anxiety, okay? I just carry around a giant sword. That's what I do. It helps me.
It helps me with my nervous tick. I walk around with my samurai sword. I mean, I feel bad for the guy, but come on now. I mean, but if you walk around with a letter opener, are you gonna get arrested? I mean,
I guess it depends on how long the letter opener is and what it's made out of.
Basically a letter opener. We used to sell them at Staples. I mean,
like, look, in the United States, you would have to like be threatening somebody with this to be considered a weapon.
I mean,
was the guy being aggressive with it, or was he just like at Starbucks and he's like, "Yeah, I would like a cup of coffee," and then like shaking it right in front of her face and stuff between his fingers?
Yeah, I mean, I have a screwdriver right here that's probably as long as that thing.
It just says in the article that he was arrested and sent to prison for carrying a small replica of the master sword, and then it says that he claimed that the sword was being used as a fidget. So the police argued that the sword could be used as an actual weapon, and he was found by police officers holding a sharply pointed item that could be used as a weapon and might put others in fear of it being used against them. So that's doesn't say he was like, yeah, that's what they said, that he was holding it. Doesn't say he was like being aggressive, that he was holding it.
Yeah, I want to see the footage.
So he was
footage.
Let's get the
master sword.
Yeah, he was running around like Link trying to like hit pots.
Was he like He-Man, like by the power of Grayskull? Was he like, if he was being like Brian said, if you're being aggressive with it, I would see, yeah, that's an issue. No matter what you have, you could have a freaking, I don't know, controller, and so you're gonna whack somebody over the head with it. I mean, you can use anything as a weapon. But
yeah, well, the Patrol Investigations Unit Sergeant Spellman said, "We take a zero tolerance to bladed articles in public, and Bray has fallen afoul of this." So,
okay,
yes, they have zero tolerance apparently.
If long as they stick with that, don't bring your Zelda sword. I would recommend get the foam kind or the plastic. That one isn't actually metal.
And then they also make a good point. He says it is possible to find fidget toys that aren't 6-inch blades. It is possible not to walk down the street holding them out in front of you. With a bit of more self-awareness, Bray could have avoided contact with us completely. So I don't know.
He's if you want to walk around with a blade, you need to walk around with the Clue knife.
The Clue knife. Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
From Clue, yes. It's small enough. It looks real. So you're saying don't take your katanas out and fidget with them. I got you.
Yeah.
We do not endorse carrying katanas around. We do not endorse that.
I just needed an excuse to show the katanas I had. So my boys found those things. My oldest son gave them to my youngest son, which was, not And then my other son came over and you have a katana, and they both like start playing. Well, like, put those things up.
It's
gonna
funny
lose a
if
finger.
Mike cuts an arm off.
I was
Yes.
like, okay, if you're gonna pull them out, you're getting rid of you're putting them up. So
I had a katana one time, but it was really cheap. Have you ever been to Chinatown in New York? You ever been there or heard of
I
it?
have.
I've heard of it. I've never been.
Okay,
I've
so
never
you
been
go
to
in
New
there.
York, so
That you go in there and they see obviously me, and they're like, oh, we're gonna try and like get him to buy something. So there was this katana sitting there, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And the lady comes around and she's like, oh, $50, and I'm like, I was like, I don't really want a sword. Like I just thought it was neat. And then she was like, then I was like, no, thank you, no, thank you. Then immediately she's like, okay, $30. And I'm just like, I really don't want it. And then she's like, okay. So then I walk around her little thing for a little bit, and then my friends who I was with, they're like, oh, let's go. Like we go to the next thing. So I go to leave, and the lady goes, wait. And I'm like, what? She's like, $15. And I'm like, and I'm just like, okay, I will buy it off of you. Like just to get you to like from
what
50
did you
to
do
50.
with it?
$35 discount. Thank you.
What are you gonna
I
do?
ended up having
He gets
like I had it.
He
had it for a little
he
bit.
got arrested for fidgeting.
Yeah, they put it in like a bag thing, and then like I had it for a little while. I think I ended up throwing it away because it was the blade was like glued on, like it wasn't even like a real like
okay.
if you would have hit something hard with it, that blade would have just came off. Like, but it was just funny. Like I could not buy it. I felt so bad. Like she's like, all right, $15. Like
You did pretty good. You just gotta act like you don't really want it, and then
I didn't really want it. that was the reason why. Yeah, I was like, I really don't want this, but I feel bad.
Man, your haggling skills are so much better than Todd's.
I know it's terrible. You gotta actually not really want it at all.
I don't want it.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
crazy.
So that's my katana story. That's my one katana story.
That is a good katana story.
At least you got one.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got one too. Where's yours?
I don't have a story.
I could just remember the episode of Big Bang Theory when they want to start a sword collection, and the whole episode, and they want to start a collection. They just buy one. From like Lord of the Rings or what's that other one? What's that other show that's on HBO?
House of the Dragon. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing.
Oh, come
what
on.
is it called?
Game of
Why
Thrones.
can't I-
Game of Thrones. Like,
Game of Thrones. That's what it
it's
is.
like a Game of Thrones sword or something like that. But yeah, I always think of that, and then they got these katanas, and I was like, ah. All right, guys, we'll do that. Well, yeah, we got about 6 minutes left, but anything you guys want to promote, talk about? I know we got Arcades Anonymous coming up Wednesday. I got the little sticker here. Look at that.
What?
Check that out. Look at that. I got that from our good friend G.I. Joel. He gave that to me. But yeah, that's when you meet G.I. Joel, the best builder, best what do you call it? Stand builder, or if you need a stand for your arcade, best place to go, G.I. Joe. With our good friend Todd. I know Matt said he wasn't going to make it this week, but and then us three guys are always hanging out there. We're always lurking around the internet and stuff like that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys helping me out in this show. It's been as we grow and it's morphs into something bigger. I appreciate it. Chaotic, what you got going on this week?
Yeah, I got to show with y'all on Wednesday, and I got Yo Retro on Sundays. And
you got any sneak peeks? What are we talking about? I don't even know what we're talking about Wednesday. I don't know. We come up with a topic for Wednesday. I don't
know. Sunday, usually is At Games stuff. We got a lot. At Games got a lot of stuff coming out. New pinball tables coming out starting on the 17th of this month. But nothing really to share right now to preview anyway. I'm also working on more track videos for the 4KP
Okay.
I'm pretty sure anybody that's been watching this, y'all see that the videos playing in the background of the different tables that I have. So I create those for the community. I'm still working on some more of those, especially with the new packs coming out. And then I got Southern Fried Gaming Expo in Atlanta
Okay.
from the
Yeah.
19th through the 21st.
So are you planning on taping anything? Are you
Yeah, I'll do some recording while I'm there. I mean, I bought the 3-day thing. I'll be there. My wife's not going. She'll go with me on Sunday,
okay.
but for Friday and Saturday, it'll just be me. So
So
I'll do a lot of streaming or a lot of recording anyway.
So the quick pitch of Southern Fried Gaming, anybody in the area, what exactly is it? Because I've only heard it since last year, and I just think of it as a gaming convention, but I have no idea what it
It's
involves.
a
What's this?
massive gaming convention. So they're going to have over 300 free-to-play arcades, over 150 free-to-play pinball machines.
Okay.
You'll have game developers showing off new games for like VR, for consoles, and for PC.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they'll have like old school retro consoles, like you can set up so you can play them. They have tabletop gaming. They have people that will be selling games, retro games, and like artwork and stuff like that. They're gonna have wrestling. They're gonna have seminars of people talking. So like Retro Ralph, which is big in the arcade community, and he's gonna be doing a seminar. And then a lot of the big pinball companies that are coming up, like Jersey Jacks and Stern, they normally do they usually have booths and show off their newest, biggest, pinball machines that they have out there and try to sell them and stuff like that. So they'll have those. And then there's also a bunch of like voice celebrities, like the guy who did the voice of Scooby and Shaggy in the old cartoons. He's going to be a guest there.
Not Casey Kasem, he's dead.
No, not him. It's the one after him.
The guy from Hackers.
Yeah.
The guy from Hackers.
Yeah.
Scooby Doo. He played Scooby Doo in the actual live action movies, and he took over.
Oh, him? Okay, okay.
Yeah, he's going to be there. There's going to be cosplay, and they're going to have rock band karaoke, which I'm excited about.
That is. Can you get some footage of that? Because that is the one thing I'm seriously interested in, and I know that new guitar, which we found out like the PS3 version isn't PC compatible, which
the
very disappointed.
the PS5 version.
So I would have to buy both of them, but I already have them. But I'm very interested in that. I know that used to be a big thing, and I'm all for bringing that back. So I would definitely like some cool footage of that.
For sure.
That sounds awesome. Keep us posted on that. Mr. Cooper, what you got going on? You got any videos? You got any drink videos, or you gonna do anything?
No, but go check
shorts.
Go check out the pink drink video that we did like a couple weeks back. That one's pretty fun. That's always fun to do. They don't do very well, but it's always so fun for me and my wife to do. So we just do them just because we like doing them, and maybe one day someone will need a new idea for a drink, and they'll just run across that. And so yeah, check those out. As far as I want to be on Wednesday with you guys, and then I don't think I have much else. I'm gonna finish up some video and then edit it maybe within the next couple of days. It's gonna pop out. I always like to do a couple shorts with that.
Your
maybe
shorts
do a couple
are great.
things.
I think your shorts are.
Try to promote
creative and entertaining. So
yeah,
we're gonna have some more shorts from Mr. Cooper pretty soon. You're gonna have your own segment going on too.
Yes. So I'm looking forward to that.
And again, check out our channel right here, or my channel right here, Gamer Fridge. I do a lot of tutorials, and we do this show. And my son did some gamer fries. Somebody talked about those earlier. And we're trying to keep this going. It's gonna be 6 o'clock on Mondays, 6 to 7. Nice little tight schedule. That way we're all kind of busy, but I think this is working out for you, Bri.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, and a quick little thing too is Chaotic down, or I guess he's up here on the screen. He needs to get to 500 subs, guys.
Yes.
Those Ambernicks we're talking about.
Yes.
He's going to give a couple of those out if he reaches that. Whenever he does reach that 500.
Where you at?
I'm at 426. so we got,
426. All right.
what,
And
74
Mr.
That's it,
Cooper, we're
guys.
gonna get you
74
up
to go.
too. Yep.
Yeah.
I got a couple of. I'm getting close to 1,000 guys. I can taste it. I can taste it. But I appreciate you guys being here. We're gonna leave you. Next time, we appreciate you. Check us out at Arcades Announce. Check out the Discord, and we'll see you guys next time as soon as I find the right screen. See ya.
Just one more game, one last fight. You know I appreciate every one of you tonight. So don't forget to smash that like, hit subscribe. Stay tuned for the next time we go live with your host JVXL on the Game First Dive. Skipping key, real light, head deposit, nerd, KF sky. What's upcoming? We log in our but before we go, 'cause you wanna rewind, find that stream highlight, clip that all into the archive, that thrill that you relive, clip that, 'cause you wanna rewind, find that stream moment, clip that all into the archive, that victory to keep, clip that.
Hit that like, you know the drill. The street